Hi guys, on this video I'm going to have a quick talk about insoles and socks. These two are usually left out on any discussions to do with foot care and on boot choice, and are actually quite imperative when it comes to the overall choice of what to wear on your feet, and they can affect your boots or the function of your boots quite considerably. If we take first of all, when you buy a set of boots, you always get obviously a pair of insoles in them. So we'll take these ones and I'll take the insoles out, and you see they're quite flimsy insoles. These are the type you usually get in there. The upside being they're quite light, breathable with holes in there. However, they don't last too long, as anyone knows, and they've usually been made as cheaply as possible because they're sold with the boot. That said, it's always wise to look at to see if you can actually, or if you need a separate type of insole. That brings me on swiftly to this type of insole. This particular brand is Sorbothane. There are other brands out there on the market. This is just simply the type that I've used in the past. You can see straight away there's a little bit more to these. You see the thickness. These are made of foam, so don't be fooled by how high you may think your feet will rise in these, albeit they will rise slightly. But the weight of your body and the bergen will push right into that foam. The upside of these is the act is very good for absorbing impact when you're tabbing, especially with weight. But also the secondary function is they absorb moisture from your sock. And that is one of the main causes of blisters, which I'll go onto on another blog, vlog. However, going back to these, very good. The drawback, as mentioned before, they do raise your foot slightly in the boot, and that can cause a few issues. So what I will say is experiment with them. However, be prepared to go back to your original insoles if they're causing you issues. Some guys have blisters on the back of the heel because what happens if you look at a typical pair of boots, you can see here the material comes in slightly around here, and that's in line with your heel bone. If you wear insoles which are going to raise your foot slightly in the boot, then obviously your heel's going to be higher in the boot, and that's where it causes problems because the boots are designed for your heel to be in one place. So have a look at that, and it is all about lacing your boots up correctly as well. So when you put these in, what I would recommend, take your laces out completely, put these in, put your laces back in loosely, and then tighten them up with these in, and use them and wear them around the house until you're used to them. If they're causing you issues, depending on the issue, try and resolve that before you actually go out and use them. Otherwise, bin these and go back to your original insoles. Okay, the third type of insole are orthotic insoles. Now, these ones have been specially designed and molded to my feet. I've got a pronation in my ankles, and by that, my feet are quite flat on the instep, and that's over years and years of carrying what would arguably be a house on my back. These raise my instep, and they make my walking gait more comfortable and more able to walk properly and tab properly. Okay, so these will support your instep. They're not cheap, but however, what I will say is go, no matter what you are, who you are, what you're doing, go and get your feet measured, and more importantly, your walking gait analysed, because that's where you'll find out if you need these. Believe me, a lot of people actually do need these, and they go through life not actually realising it because they're not putting themselves to the test. You guys are putting yourselves to the test. Prevention is better than cure. Go and see if you need to get some of these, get your feet, your gait analysed. Okay, that's it on insoles. Quick one on socks. Basically, again, I get question after question, what's the best type of sock? That again is the same answer to as the boots. It's down to yourself. It's down to experimenting. It's a lot cheaper to experiment with socks. There's two main types of socks. You got the single layer socks, and you've got the double layer or double line socks. These are the double lined ones. They just look like any other sock. However, inside they've got a separate lining, and that's sewn in. Back in the day, before these came out, a lot of guys were wearing just 2 pairs of socks, a thin set on the inside and a thick on the outside. Now the problem with that is obviously the thin sock has a tendency to slip down inside your boot, and that's going to cause you issues and cause you problems with your feet. What these do is they eliminate that friction from the sock and your foot, and they turn the friction into both the layers of the sock, so the friction exists then inside the layers. Okay, so no matter how good fitting your boot is, you're going to have some slight movement within your boot, and this eliminates that movement from going onto your foot, and it exists within these socks instead. I'll go a little bit more about that into when we speak about foot care. These are called 1,000-mile socks, by the way. They're quite common. Most outdoor shops sell them. Again, it's a brand name, and I'm not on commission by these. There's other brands that do double-line socks now, so experiment with them. And they vary loads of different costs. These are the thick ones. You can get thin ones as well. Yeah, so getting socks or insoles wrong can actually have a massive effect on your boot. You can have a £200 pair of boots. If you've got crap socks and crap insoles, you might as well have bought a £10 pair of boots. So keep that in mind. Okay guys, I'll see you on the other side.